They laughed at her torn shoes and faded dress, mocking her like she was nothing. But when the most powerful man in the room walked across the glittering ballroom and took her trembling hand, everything changed. The city glittered with neon lights that night, but inside the grand ballroom of a 5-star hotel, the glow was even brighter. Crystal chandeliers sparkled overhead, violins played softly, and waiters floated past with trays of champagne. It was a world of luxury and silk. But in the middle of that elegance stood a young woman who didn't belong, at least, not in their eyes. Her shoes were scuffed, her thrifted dress awkwardly altered, and her hands clutched a worn-out bag that had clearly seen better days. Compared to the polished crowd, she looked like a fragile flame flickering in the wind. Whispers started almost instantly. "Who let her in?" Someone hissed. "She must have wandered here by mistake," another sneered. Then came the laughter, soft at first, then louder, cruel, echoing around her. She froze, her face burning, every mocking glance cutting into her heart. For months she had dreamed of this night, a chance to belong, a chance to be seen. But in seconds her dream turned into humiliation. Before we go deeper, let me pause and ask you something. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing up for those who can't defend themselves, please take a moment to like this video, share it, and subscribe to HQ Infinite Stories. Together, we can spread more tales that remind the world how powerful compassion can be. Her name was Lily. She had grown up on the edges of the city, where life was harsh and dreams fragile. Her mother worked 2 jobs just to keep food on the table, while her father had long disappeared, leaving behind only broken promises. Lily worked whenever and wherever she could, waiting tables, cleaning offices, stitching clothes late at night, saving every coin she could for her education. She was smart, determined, but in a world where wealth opened doors, she was always left standing outside, knocking softly, hoping someone would hear. When she received an invitation to a charity gala hosted by one of the city's largest companies, she thought maybe, just maybe, this was her chance. A kind worker at the shelter where Lily volunteered had slipped her an extra ticket. "Go," the woman urged. "Sometimes the right person notices you at the right time." And so Lily went. She altered a thrift store dress herself, prayed no one would notice its age, and walked into that ballroom with her heart trembling but full of hope. Instead, she was met with laughter, whispers, and eyes that saw her as nothing more than a mistake. She wanted to run, to escape into the night where no one could see her tears. But before she could move, a voice cut through the cruelty, deep, steady, powerful. The crowd turned. Across the room stood Ethan Walker, the CEO of Walker Enterprises, one of the most respected businessmen in the country. Tall, commanding, dressed in a black suit, his gaze missed nothing. He walked slowly, deliberately, until he reached her side. For a terrifying moment, Lily thought he would mock her too. But instead she felt his hand, warm, steady, slip into hers. He turned to the crowd, his voice like steel wrapped in velvet. "Is this who we are now? A room of privilege laughing at someone because she doesn't fit your shallow image of worth? If so, I want no part of it." The room fell silent. Not a whisper remained. Lifting Lily's hand higher, he added, "This young woman has more courage than any of you tonight. She walked in here knowing she'd be judged, knowing she'd be different, but she came anyway. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's dignity. And I am proud to stand beside her." In that instant, everything shifted. The laughter was gone, faces flushed with shame. And Lily, who moments ago stood drowning in humiliation, felt something she had nearly forgotten. Hope. That night, Ethan never let go of her hand. He introduced her with pride, listened to her story, and asked about her dreams. When Lily admitted she was saving for college, his eyes softened, not with pity but with respect. In the weeks that followed, fate kept bringing them together. He saw how tirelessly she worked at the shelter, how she helped her mother with rent, how she offered kindness without expecting anything back. The more he saw, the more he admired her. But their bond came with challenges. Whispers spread again, this time about them. "She's after his money," some accused. Business partners warned Ethan about his image. Socialites sharpened their jealousy into daggers. Lily felt the weight of it all pressing down on her. Some nights she wondered if Ethan would realize she didn't belong in his world. One evening, through tears, she whispered, Why do you do this? Why stay beside me when walking away would be so much easier? Ethan's reply was simple, but it silenced her doubts. Because I see you, Lily, not the girl they laugh at, not the outsider. I see the woman who refuses to give up, who inspires me every day, and I will never be ashamed to hold your hand. It wasn't a grand love confession, not yet, but it was something deeper, a bond built on respect, loyalty, and truth. With his encouragement, Lily applied for a scholarship. To her shock, she won, not because of his influence, but because of her own hard work. Ethan made sure the world saw her not as a charity case, but as a capable woman. He brought her into meetings, introduced her to mentors, and step by step, people began to admire her strength instead of mocking her difference. A year later, the company held another gala, back in the same ballroom where everything had begun. But this time, Lily entered tall and confident, wearing a dress she had bought herself after months of saving. Heads turned again, but now with respect, and once more, Ethan walked to her side, proudly taking her hand. When reporters asked why he stood by her, his answer was unforgettable. True success isn't measured by the empires we build. It's measured by the people we choose to stand beside. And I choose her. The room erupted in applause. But for Lily, the only sound that mattered was the steady beat of his heart beside hers. She realized then she had not just found protection, she had found a partner, a believer, and a love that was proud of her resilience. Their story spread far and wide, inspiring countless others who had once been mocked or doubted. Letters poured in from strangers thanking Lily for reminding them that dignity can't be stolen by laughter. And together, Ethan and Lily proved one timeless truth. Sometimes the greatest act of kindness is simply refusing to let go of someone's hand when the world tries to tear it away. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of the power of kindness and courage, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to HQ Infinite Stories. And before you go, drop a comment with the words, "Stay beside me," because every soul deserves someone who will never let go of their hand.